I want to present my topic on literature as a spontaneous revolution on culture. So I have made content with serialization, with acknowledgement, introduction, review of related literature, objectives and body of the study, followed by subpoints, materials, methodologies, review of findings, scope for further studies, conclusions and references. In the very beginning of the paper, I want to say that literature is a luxury and fiction is its necessity. So literature is a route of exploration to excavate the main ingredients of a culture. So culture and literature both are complementary and supplementary to each and other. Without culture, literature is incomplete. So my stripes and endeavor in order to excavate the main roots of culture through the literature. So in the very beginning, I want to give a warm introduction as the prologue of my paper. Literature is the mood of expression of culture. Literature molds various cultural practices and making instrumental and influential for a race. Culture and literature both are complementary and supplementary to each other. In order to demonstrate how literature is a revolution of culture, we need to understand what constitutes culture. Culture is the aggregation of language, cumulative intellectual knowledge, art, such as painting, sculpture, music, dance, cinema, theater, literature, whether written or oral folklore, religion, ritual, and social practices. From sociological point of view, culture is everything we humans learn that can be communicated by symbols. When we touch a hot object and learn that is hot by the pain, we experience that is learned. But it is not symbolic, so it is not culture. When Mummy says the word hot, giving it a symbol, that is culture. According to social scientists, culture has 6 important dimensions: technology, economy, political, social, intellectual, and institutional. Culture is both monolithic and multi-community. It means then culture can be national. When we are in international era, it may be British, American, African, and Indian culture. So when we are in regional era, then it may be Assamese culture for Assam, Bengali culture from West Bengal, and like others. So literature should be understood as a social and communicative system. The wide concept allows for a much more empirical description of literature. Culture is a wider concept than literature. So in this context, it will be considered in terms of its relationship with literature, as a combination of literature and culture. My study will infuse 2 pioneering novels of Assamese literature. First is authored by eminent novelist of Nagaon, Dr. Parthajit Borah, Jibanor Batot, and another is the first female Gyanpit awardee of Assam. Most humbly I am saying her name, that Mamuli Resham Goswami, in pain but original Dr. Indra Goswami. With 2 references, I want to explore cultural ingredients in my paper. Through review of related literatures, I have mentioned Pradip Jyoti Mahanta sir's book, The Shankar Deva Movement, its cultural horizon, the year 2007, discusses the philosophical background in which the institution found its growth and sustenance. The administrative setup it had built, the wide contours of the institution, a social, religion, and other cultural levels which come to be associated with existence in succeeding centuries. And then Hofstede's cultural dimension, culture's consequences, explore the domain of studying international organizations. He collected data from large multinational corporations, IBM, and analyzed the collected data from 40 different countries and concluded in organization and cultural context. So from literature and society in Assam, I also took some ingredients. A study of Assamese Renaissance by Tilottama Mishra attempts to look at those trends in Assamese literature. She tries to explore the coming of modernity into Assamese literature. My objectives is that to study the influence of culture on literature, to study the influence of culture on regional literature, to study the influence of culture on Assamese literature, to measure the growth and enrichment of Assamese literature on the vast arm of culture. The exploration of the above objectives are formulated and proposed to be worked on the basis of the understanding of selected Assamese novels and writings. Here, material culture and literature, I have very strongly infused what is called material culture. Material culture is the physical aspect of culture in the object and architecture that surround people. It includes uses, consumptions, creations, and trade of objects, and the behavior norms and rituals these objects create and or take part in. Material culture studies is an interdisciplinary field telling of relationship between people and their things in making history, preservation, and interpretation of objects. Oral culture. Oral culture or oral lore is a form of human communication when in knowledge, art, idea, and cultural materials is received, preserved, and transmitted orally from one generation to another. Indian religions such as Buddhism, Hinduism, Jainism, for example, have used an oral tradition in parallel to a writing system to transmit their canonical scriptures, secular knowledge such as Sushastra Samhita, hymns and mythologies from one generation to the next. Culture and regional literature. It's a very important term that culture has dominated regional literatures. In India, there are nearly 1,576 rationalized mother tongues or dialects as per 1991 census of the Government of India. And their linguistic diversity is found in novels, poetry, short stories, folk tales, regional adaptation or great epics like Mahabharata or Ramayana. Assamese literature and culture. Assamese literature is the powerful means of expression of culture. Assamese literature gets a rapid impetus with the powerful force of culture. Assamese literature encompasses poetry, novels, short stories, documents, and other writings in the Assamese language. The literary heritage of the Assamese language can be traced back to the 9th and 10th century in the Charyapada, where the earliest elements of the language can be discerned. It would be pertinent to give a spectrum on the evolution of Assamese culture. The culture of Assam is traditionally a hybrid one, developed due to the cultural assimilation of different ethno-cultural groups under various political, economic systems in different periods of history. The roots of Assamese culture go back almost 2,000 years when the first cultural assimilation took place with Indo-Aryans, Austroasiatic, Dravidian, and Tibeto-Burman people as the major components. The Vaishnava movement, a 15th century religion cultural movement under the leadership of Srimanta Shankardeva and his disciples, have provided another dimension to Assamese culture. It is the time to conclude. The summary of the novel. I will explore the culture and influence of the novel Jibonar Batot by Dr. Prince Kumar Borah. Only visual findings. So through the exploration of two very important novels, so my findings and scope for further studies followed by conclusion. The study has strived in order to collect cultural information in the literature through the summary of the Assamese novels Jibonar Batot and Dotal Hatir Uekhwa Hauda. From the both novels, an ample of cultural spices has been extensively found. Dotal Hatir Uekhwa Hauda was a very pioneering attempt by Indira Goswami, a Gyanpith awardee novelist of Assam. The novel reflected the scenario of Assamese society, traditional ethics, elephant rearing, rigid social norms, mental harassment of widow, the prominence of Brahmin communism, poverty, folk culture, women education. The novel sincerely expatiated cultural materials in the literature, such as Assamese marriage system, social obligations, discrimination of women, folk songs, socio-economic status of Assamese villages, wedding culture, and rearing of silkworm, the importance of spinning wheel and muga. And in the Jibanor Batot by Dr. Prinsi Kumar Borah, the novel strongly revealed weaving culture and rearing silkworm of Assam. The extensive uses of spinning wheel and handlooms become explicit in the novel. The traditional ways of singing folk songs such as Bianam became another cultural symbol of this novel. Moreover, this a male-dominated social view was widely depicted in the novel, which was an important chapter of Assamese culture. Gender discrimination, gender stereotypes, and biasness came in the light. It depicted the ways of social importance, social norms, clothings, weddings, job seeking at the time of 20th century. Mainly Muga silk was the product of ancient Kamrupa or Assam, which was sold during the good old days in the entire northeast region of India. It is said that the climate of Assam is favorable for the rearing of silkworm and production of silk. From Hamilton noted down that an account of Assam written during 1808 and 9 that the native women of all castes from the queen to downward worked the 4 kinds of silk that were produced in the country and which therefore of the people were clothing silk. And my conclusion is that in the ultimate analysis, it can be found that literature is the smoothest way to reveal cultural mandate to people. It is working like a flowing river and percolating materials from the living and its rich culture. Culture is the face of a literature is the face of a culture to access its dimensional aspects. Both culture and literature have given its enrichment to the race and our native culture. Literature sings. If we say that culture clattered the sound of rich heritage, and literature sings that clattered the rhythm of culture. Since the dawn of civilization, literature and culture has conveyed tokens of culture and heritage. Literature is a complete repertoire of culture, gathering information regarding culture. But exploration was not sufficient due to the limitation of words and strict demarcations. Various scopes and grounds have been partially touched. With the keen guidance of admirable scholars, the project will surely take shape for a large research paper. Thank you.